If you saw my mail call from Maryland video that I did yesterday, you know that I got this knife from my sister who lives up in Maryland, and it was in pretty rough shape, and I wasn't even sure just what it was, but after cleaning it up, found out that it is a 4-line Camillus camp knife, USA camp knife. In the video I did last night, this was so dirty that it was hard to see the USA on there. And I thought it might even say BSA because of the dirt and grime on there. Wasn't sure. Couldn't see the tang stamp. I thought that it was a Camillus, but I just couldn't see it. But cleaned up really well. The handles had paint on them right over here. Not a whole lot, but there was paint on the bolsters and on the bolsters and on the scales, right along in here. There was a little bit scattered in other spots, but I managed to get almost, if not all, of it off. And just want to let y'all see how it looks afterwards. The blade was broken. Not broken, but the tip was broken. Take a look at the tang stamp first. You can see that it says Camillus Cutlery Co., Camillus, New York, USA. And the tip was broke off, and I had to reshape the blade, and I think it turned out pretty good. Reshaped it, resharpened it, and I want to show you what it'll do here. It will shave. Looky there. So it's got a good sharp edge on it now. Bolsters turned out great. Bail is in perfect condition. It does have a slight problem that I'll tell you about here in just a minute after I show you everything. Here's the screwdriver and bottle opener. The can opener. And the leather punch. And the problem that this knife has is that the blade is bent a little bit this way, so that if you're not careful, when you close the leather punch, it will hit the tip of the blade. The heel of the leather awl, if I can get the light to hit it just right. Don't know if you can, okay. The heel of the leather awl will hit the tip of the blade if you're not careful. and I think that may have been why the tip was broken in the first place. Let's open everything up here. Take a look inside. If you saw the video from last night, you remember how dirty this was inside there. I think this turned out really, really nice. Look at those handles. It does have a crack right here, and I think it's got another one right down here. Yep, small crack right there. But these knives were made from the early 30s to the mid 40s. So this knife has quite a bit of age on it. But it cleaned up great. So what do you think, sis? Not just an old piece of junk after all. Pretty nice knife. Still got plenty of snap. The only thing is this main blade is a little bit sluggish. It has a little snap, but it's a little slow. And after reshaping the tip of this blade, I did have to file the kick down a little bit because the tip of the blade was above the slot here, or above the handle, out of the slot. So I filed that kick down a little bit. And I thought I'd just talk a little bit about what I use and how I go about cleaning one like this. This is everything I've used right here, along with some mineral oil and some Remington Wonder Lube. I have a little plastic container that I put some mineral oil in, and I actually soaked it overnight in mineral oil, and I fiddled with it a little bit last night, just trying to clean off the shield and the tang stamp, and to see how difficult it might be to get that paint off. I put some mineral oil on the paint and was able to soften it to the point where it was coming off, but still needed some work. So I just let it soak overnight, and then I would have gotten this video out earlier today, but I had to do some mowing early today. So got another late one coming out after working on the knife this evening. But after soaking it in mineral oil, took it out, wiped it down real good, and then just started cleaning on the knife using a piece of a Scotch-Brite pad. And I was actually able to use a dental flosser in this little slot right here. There was paint that was in this slot, and I used this little flosser to get in there. There's a little bit of a gap there, and And there's still a little bit of stuff down in there. Okay. So there we go. So yeah, I used a flosser, and this pick on the other end of the flosser came in handy, getting the paint out of the jigging on the handles. I also used toothpick. I used a popsicle stick carved down to get down inside the knife when I scrub out the inside. Went over the blades down inside the knife with Scotch-Brite, using mineral oil and the Wonder Lube. This little pick here comes in handy too, getting some stubborn areas of the paint out of the jigging. But something like this, you have to be really, really careful, very gentle. And this also comes in handy with gun cleaning patches to stuff those down in to places and clean and soak up oil. And also these blue shop towel, paper towels, and just random paper towel. Let's see, use sandpaper after I did what I could with the Scotch-Brite pad. I also have a 3-inch fiber wheel and a 6-inch cotton buffer that I use toward the end after I get everything cleaned off and get the inside cleaned out, and I use sandpaper to get down in little places like this right here. I'll fold up a piece of sandpaper, use the corner to get in there and get the tarnish and black stuff off of the out of the hinge, well, out of the pivot areas of the blades. I'll use a piece of sandpaper with the popsicle sticks in it to clean down inside. And of course that all creates quite a bit of debris and grit down in there when you're doing that with this and the sandpaper working down in here. And then after the sandpaper, I use steel wool. Go over everything with steel wool, and same way, cram a piece of that down in here with the popsicle stick to work it around in there. Use a toothbrush to scrub. Use a brass bristle brush to scrub in the lines on the bolsters, cleaning them out. A little paintbrush just to oh no, where'd it go? I'm gonna pause you.